Imagine a world with no law, no rules, no authority, and no punishment. What the world will be like? Will there be more stability to it? Will there be more chaos? So, hello, this is Lourdes, and we'll be discussing law things on this channel, this very first channel, an intro to law. So, let's begin. The core meaning here, why law? Why law here means that why do the law exist? Do we really need a law? What the law uh, what really law does to this whole world? So let's move forward. What happens without law? Without law, there will be conflict. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होना ही है. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट लॉ हो या ना हो, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट तो रहेगा ही. लेकिन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को रिजोल्यूशन नहीं मिलेगा. ठीक है. फियर, देयर विल बी फियर, देयर विल बी सर्वाइवल एट वीक. ठीक. People will act out of fear or survival. There will be no morality if there is no structure, as there is no law. So Thomas Hobbes on this said that uh, if in such condition where there is no law, the world will be full of chaos. The lives will be of short span. The world will be very brutal. It's very cruel. So this is all what Thomas Hobbes said. So moving further, human nature and conflict. So there's human nature, which includes self-interest, competition, power struggle. So there is self-interest, there is right. Where there is self-interest, there is rights. So we need to protect right. Take uh, we need to protect the right. So law will emerge as the protector of some rights. Competition, the competition need to be fair, which what law provides that competition should be fair. Power struggle, there will be limitation to a power struggle, where to be withhold power struggle and not that limitation will be that limitation will be applied by law through law. Okay. And John Locke on this belief that people have natural rights like life, liberty, and poverty, but these rights often threatened by others. So they law emerges to protect this. Moving further, birth of law. Birth of law. In early rules, there was a legal text in Babylon that was very earliest one of Hammurabi. The king's name was Hammurabi, and the legal text also that was to control the government. Uh, that was to control the subjects. Uh, so that was not a justice. If you think law is purely based on justice, no, that wasn't based on justice. At first, it was to control by the king, as per you may be knowing that there were kings who just rule to control, not for justice. So on this, Jeremy Bentham gives the concept of uh, greatest happiness of the large, greatest number. By this what he meant is कि लॉ ऐसा हो जिससे ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को हैप्पीनेस पहुंचे, खुशी प्रदान हो, काइंड ऑफ थिंग. So this is all what Jeremy Bentham said. So after what this concept given by Jeremy Bentham of greatest happiness, then this make a marked a shift in pure control to some idea of social welfare. uh, ओवर टाइम ये सारी चीजें इवॉल्व हुई, ये रिजिड कमांड खत्म हुआ और एक अच्छा स्ट्रक्चर बना लीगल सिस्टम्स के लिए. सो मूविंग फर्दर, लॉ, कंट्रोल और जस्टिस. ऐसा कि लॉ brings order. Okay, that is very much obvious. Law brings order, law brings stability, but also powers. जहाँ लॉ पावर लाता है, ठीक है. पावर लाने का मतलब यह है कि भाई जो लॉ बनाएंगे, जिनको हम अथॉरिटी देंगे लॉ बनाने की, वो लॉ मोल्ड कर सकते हैं टू फॉर देयर ओन बेनिफिट. तो यहाँ कार्ल मार्क्स आते हैं। कार्ल मार्क्स आर्ग्यू करते हैं कि द लॉ, भाई ऑर्डर लाइक अ लॉ, लेकिन द लॉ ऑफन रिफ्लेक्ट द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ अ रूलिंग class. So that is the what it meant. So law, this this whole things means that law is not always neutral or fair. At the same time, law also protects right and provides justice in many cases. But uh, there is no neutrality that can be supposed through law. So the law exists in the tension of control and justice. Moving further, why law matters? Why today law matters? Rights to the protection of right, definitely. Stability, yes, we do need stability, but it's still imperfect. Yeah, as per Karl Marx also said that there is imperfection in it. So, uh, yes, this is. And H.L.A. Hart explained law. What was law in his concept? What H.L.A. Hart wanted to say that a law as a system of rule that guides behavior and maintains order. So, why do we need law? To protect rights, resolve disputes in element, and enable peaceful coexistence. And without this law, the modern society will collapse. So, we do need law that is imperfect, but still in this society, the law evolves. Moving further, who really controls? So, the very perspective of that, the law is controlled by government. That is very one thing where influence and molding of law happens. Okay, where the people control law by electing the government. Okay, where the government controls the law or the people. So, what Jean Jacques Rousseau believed, the law should reflect the general will of the people. So, this is uh, more like the Jeremy Bentham, what Jeremy Bentham was saying, um, a bit similar kind of thing. So, however, in reality, the, the power politics influence and shape legal system that can be of general will at a larger perspective. But when you give the influence, you give the 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 rules, laws get influenced by the privileged people and leveraged people. So, to the next slide, conclusion. Purpose of law. Purpose, most of the purpose of law is definitely stability order. Law can be imperfect, definitely, as Karl Marx said that reflects the laws reflect the ruling class, the people in rules that got reflected. Justice, yes, on a broader way, way you can say that there is justice, but when you see among the rich and poor and privileged and unprivileged, then there will be no justice. So that is the only that is the imperfection of this law. So this is all. If you are interested in understanding the law, power, and society, consider subscribing. Thank you.